email address. And be hearing from him more than I want to be. But then I try to have a conversation with these people because I know them, and I don't want this polarization. At some point we're gonna have to bridge it. So I'm like, just explain to me really why. I mean, how are we gonna communicate now? And he's like, well, come on, man. We're all Americans. And I'm like, no. Not enough. Not gonna be enough. Well, come on. Everyone loves, Tom Petty and burritos. Yeah, that's true, but I don't think Petty is enough to bridge this gap. I just don't think that he has that power at this juncture. And they're like, why? We just don't talk about politics. I'm like, here's what bugs me, man. There are people that had to climb out of their hate holes to vote for this guy. They never voted before. They had to figure out where to vote and how to do it. They had to take time away from hating, which was hard for some of them, and vote for this guy. And now you're aligned with them. You're on the same side as them. You're part of that. And they're like, well, I bet you that guy likes Petty. I think if you, seriously, man, if you just talk to him, stayed away from politics, they're just people, man. I'm like, well, what, you mean I'm gonna go to Chipotle with that guy? Sit there and be like, wow, you prefer the bowl over the burrito? Interesting. Yeah, I like the bowl. Oh, yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, Tom Petty, you like Petty? Oh, I fucking love Petty. Oh, that's cool, that's cool. I hate Jews, though, I hate Jews. Yeah, it's going south quick. Maybe we shouldn't talk about politics. As if that's politics. I don't know, man. Look, I will admit, if this guy does anything good, I'll admit it. I'm not saying it's going to be good for people that didn't vote for him, and it's still okay to say that in this country. I did not vote for him. But for us, it's not going to be good. It's always going to be horrible. We're not going to one day wake up in the next 3.5 years and go like, holy shit, this turned around. It's not. We're just going to have to eat that. We're going to have to suck that up and fight the fight that we can fight, but it's not going to be good. But if he does anything good, I'll admit it. That said, if it's much worse than we ever anticipated, which is really fucking bad, the people that voted for him are going to have to apologize. That's all. They're just going to have to apologize. I just need a little eye contact. Look, even if we only have 8 minutes before the missiles hit, I'm gonna need a little eye contact and a few words. Even if it's like, oh man, I didn't think you'd do this. This is crazy, bro. Sorry. Petty rules, though, right? Fucking petty. Cue free falling. And look, the sad part is, it's not sad, but if you're of like-minded as I am, no one's got our backs in government, and that's hard. And now we got to have each other's backs, and we should do that anyways. But now you might have to, step up, in public, because one thing the popular vote means is that there's no social mandate on being a douchebag in public. So it might be on you to say things like this sometimes. Hey, it's still not okay to do that. You might have to find that courage. And I don't always have that kind of courage. I'm not the most courageous guy. I'm sort of an alpha pussy. Yeah, we exist. There's the classic alpha male, just a meathead, rage-filled, like, rah! And then there's the alpha pussy who makes fun of that guy. You're like, that guy's a douchebag. Yeah, why don't you say it to his face? Because I'm saying it to you. This is our hierarchy, that's theirs. This is how that works. I don't know how much time I have left. Not in this set, in life. I don't know how much time I have left. I'm not sick, I'm not dying, but I don't know. I'm at that point where you're getting like 53 and you start to wonder, like, how much time do I got left? And it's playing into my decision-making process. Like if my girlfriend wants to watch a movie I don't want to watch, I'm like, no, I don't want to die during that. I don't want to. I'd hate that to be the time. That, you know, let's make a better choice. I think we can make a better choice. Like if someone comes up to me, it's like, oh man, you don't listen to Fish? You gotta listen to Fish. I don't know how much time I got left. I really, you know, and the end, what if I like it? That's like the rest of my life, right? I got no more room in my heart or my mind for another jam band, man. I mean, I got half the Grateful Dead catalog in there, and I think like 3 or 4 Allman Brothers songs. I'm maxed out. I'm filled up. And if you're ever asking me this question, have you seen that documentary with it? Stop right there. I don't know how much time I got left. It's too many documentaries. They said, let's slow down on the documentaries. We're all loaded up. We got enough for now. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. There's some good ones out there, but there are some bad ones. Sometimes I think documentary filmmaking is just a Hail Mary pass for someone almost giving up on the medium. You know, like, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but just because you have an iPhone and your cat is sick doesn't make you a genius. I'm going to call it 1 out of 9. It's about my cat dying, but it's also about me accepting failure. I think this is much better than the one I made about my dad's struggle to buy pants at an unfamiliar store. I'm sort of a mid-level celebrity. That's how I see myself. Mid-level, not complaining, but I know where I'm at. I could be walking down the street, and 3 dudes could be walking towards me, and one of them will be like, holy fuck, Marc Maron. And the other 2 are like, no, I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. Now, look, I'm happy the one guy likes me, but what I've learned over time is that I don't really have to stand there while he tries to explain who I am to his friends. That's not a great few minutes for me. Not great when I'm standing there and he's saying, you don't know anything this guy's done? How is that even fucking possible? I mean, he's been doing it like 35 years, right, Maron? Yeah, about 35. It's been 35. Yeah, like you never listened to his CDs or the podcast or his own show or Glow or the specials or nothing? And the guys are like, no, we don't fucking know this guy. And that's when I'm like, I'm gonna go, I think. I think I'm gonna walk away from this because I didn't work 35 years for this feeling. Not great. And your friends are kind of assholes, am I right? The guy's like, yeah, they are, but they're my bros. But look, man, I don't have to hang out with them. I can hang out with you, Marc Maron. And that's when I'm like, I don't fucking know you. I don't know you or the people you're with. But, you know, we hung out. The 3 of us spent a little time together. I showed his friends some stuff on my phone and me doing stuff. And I think they're on board. I think I pulled them in. Got a couple of newbies. Did a little what do you call missionary work is what I did. I just don't know. I don't know anymore. It's my job to think of funny things, to sit around and think of funny things. And a few weeks ago, I was sitting on my couch, and I realized, like, I just don't know. And then it went from there to, like, what do I know, actually? And then it went from there to, like, do I really know anything? Like, how much do I really know? And you got to be careful with this type of rabbit hole within your own brain, because it can go quickly to, like, do I even exist? Which is sort of sophomoric. But usually at that moment, I always look at my cat Monkey, and I go, well, Monkey's there, and he's looking at me, so I'm here. So Monkey's always a philosophy killer. I can always rely on him for that. But if you really think about what you really actually know, it's only a few things, like 7 things maybe everybody knows. The rest are just patterns you call a life. But like if you actually made a column of things you're pretty sure you know for sure, and they made another column of how you know those things, most of that column is like, nah, some guy told me. You know, it's not sourced material. It's clickbait and hearsay. That's all. Goes into the head, locks onto a feeling. You're like, that sounds good. I'm going to tell other people that. And that's how brand marketing works, and also fascism, we're finding. So what is the point? The point is, like somebody, like, I don't know, look, I take vitamins, all right? I take them every day. I take vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, and every day they're in my hand. I look at them, and in my heart, I think, these don't fucking do anything. There's no way they do anything. I know they don't do anything, but other part of me believes that they do. You can actually believe something that you know is bullshit. It's a problem. So now, man, I take them every day because, you know, I'm afraid to die, and I think it's going to give me a leg up. That's why everybody takes them, right? It's gotten to the point where if I don't take them, I've actually driven back to my house to take vitamins I know don't fucking do anything, because I believe that might be the day I get whatever it's going to be that I get. Do you understand? All right. I think the deeper point here is you never know when someone's gonna dump some shit into your head that's gonna ruin your life or at least change it for months or just cause you trouble. And it could be just in passing, somebody just drops shit into your head and you have to deal with it. Like you could just be having a day and somebody maybe you know or don't know that well goes, "You taking turmeric?" "What?" "Turmeric, are you taking it?" "Turmeric?" "Yeah, you gotta take that shit. Turmeric." "Yup." "The spice?" "Yeah. You gotta take it. Turmeric, the spice." "Yeah, man, you gotta take that." The spice that you buy once to make an Indian recipe and you never use it again and it stains your wooden spoon, that turmeric? "Yeah, you gotta take that shit." "I do?" "Yup, for what?" "Inflammation." "Of what?" "Just general inflammation." What is that?" "It's the new bad thing that causes all the other bad things." "What happened to cholesterol?" "It turns out that's good for you." "What? When did that happen?" "Turmeric, huh? Who told you about this?" "My trainer." All right, so the guy who wanted to do something else with his life saw something online, told you, and now you're dumping it into my head. Now I got to worry about whether I'm going to take turmeric or not? And I apologize. I know it's a little condescending to trainers, and some people get a little weird about that. I don't know why. Is that a surprise? Most trainers wasn't their life goal, all right? They had other plans. The team didn't work out. They didn't make the team. They were at the gym a lot anyways. Whatever. Just wasn't the big plan for them, all right? They ended up there. And they can take this criticism. I'm just calling a fact a fact. I'm not going to make fun of yoga instructors because that's different. That's sort of the last stop for them. You know, you want to be nice to them. You don't know how they got there. It's probably a harrowing tale, but you know you're kind of grateful they made it to wherever they are, and you know that you being in their class is as important to them as they are to you. Like if it doesn't work out for the trainer, I'm sure he's going to figure out something else to do. The yoga instructor, we really don't know where that goes. You know, back to the turmeric guy. As he's walking away, he's like, "Oh yeah, if you're gonna get the turmeric, make sure you get it with black pepper in it or it won't activate." Now, right there, doesn't that make you go like, that sounds like bullshit to me a little bit? Am I that big of a sucker that you think I would believe that? Where's the science on that? That sounds like a couple of vitamin hustlers sitting over a mound of wholesale turmeric with a bunch of empty gel caps. One guy going, "I don't know, man. I don't think we can move this just like this. It's just a spice. I think we got to add something." "Yeah, like what, boss?" "I don't know why it's a 30s movie." "I don't know, maybe another spice?" "Yeah, like what, maybe pepper?" "Yeah, keep talking. Maybe we say it activates it?" "Holy shit, that's a fucking $1 million idea right there. Let's load up these gel caps. Maybe Rogan will move them on his podcast." I mean, I know Maron won't do it. He's more of a Stamps.com Squarespace guy. But Rogan's sort of an old school supplement slinger. And I know I'm going to get a little flack for that comment. I know there might be a minor pile-on Twitter of the monoculture of free thinkers, but I can take it. So I guess after all is said and done, I should just say that, like, I'm taking turmeric, and